brawlers have actually been spawning in Tri-State very lately of sorts. Like you have people like Yeast, you have Apple Reviewer. Those guys are just crazy with me Brawler. Then you have LRA Star who plays Wolf, who also plays Diddy Kong. We saw him earlier. And so this match comes, oh my god, we're actually seeing Apple Reviewer pull out the Yeast mode. The Yeast me Brawler, the one and only.
Goodness me.
But yeah, this is going to be a very high-paced battle. LRA Star not only plays Wolf, but also plays Diddy, so we might see that come out later. Apple Reviewer looking to rack up so much damage. Oh my god, what an air to edge guard. Not going to take the stock. Never mind, commentator's curse. What a crazy start from Apple Reviewer. I mean, right off the bat, he just takes that first stock off with ease.
That's the thing. I mean, me Brawler is a bit of a matchup check. We can have no doubts about that.
Oh, is he going to do it?
Oh, and right off the top, god. From go to KO 2 times, run it back in the span of 45 seconds. Apple Reviewer giving 1 star to LRA Start right off the jump.
I mean, and that's exactly what me Brawler does. His upbeat, especially throw rate, he's going to look for it again? No, he's going to go for a fair. No, but that's what he does so easily. He takes stock so early, and people sleep on the fact that me Brawler has the ability to...
Oh my goodness. Catch a body, young man! Apple Reviewer, take a bow. The world's watching you now.
He's not backing down. I mean, if that game showed us anything, right? Apple Reviewer is not scared of getting into LRA Start's face. Despite, you know, all the options that LRA Start has to land, to even get out of shield and nothing like that, Apple Reviewer was just not backing down. He didn't let him breathe a second, and there you go. You see from that, he just took that stock immediately, a clean 0 to death. Going into game 2, and I mean... LRA Start's mentality has to be a little bit shot right now, right? It's a 3 stock that we just saw from Apple Reviewer.
You can certainly be forgiven for thinking that about LRA Start, but then again, you watch how LRA Start was responding. Wolf is a character that likes to be in the air, but only on his terms, just like all the other spaces in this game. You like the offensive capabilities, but if you are not careful upon recovery, upon fastball, you can be eaten alive by a character like me Brawler, and that's going to be 4 successive stocks to start this game off at 96%, already accumulated more damage than he did in game 1, has LRA Start, but still a non-start for this Wolf thus far.
Yeah, and it's crazy because LRA Star has been playing very solid neutral. It's just the fact that Apple Reviewer gets 1 hit off and is just able to capitalize on it. You know, with the Thrupper just killing so early on those platforms, gets the up smash read, catching that jumping recovery, and that's what LRA Start needs to get back into this game and in the set in general. It's even Stevens right now.
There is no shortage of solid Wolf play in Tri-State. We can say that right now. In fact, the most attended tournament from last week in Tri-State was won by the preeminent Wolf in the region, Jackal from Jersey, of course. But we have LRA Start, who is, you know, very much on the cusp of being in these top 8s on a consistent basis, and you gotta think that the capability is there, but sometimes it's the mental recognition, maybe not pressing that button a millisecond too early, as was the problem, especially in that last stock. You saw him trying to throw out the Nair just to have a falling hitbox so he wouldn't get caught, but what happened? Apple Reviewer responding, you're going to fall into my hitbox anyway, I'm doing just fine, and right now, LRA Start maybe letting the game come to him just a little bit more, holding just a little bit back in terms of when to throw out those hitboxes, and now it's Apple Reviewer who needs to respond in kind.
Yeah, and I mean, from a guy that comes from the Big Apple, LRA Start, of course, one of New York's best, you know, going up against Apple Reviewer who, oh my god, that back there. Wow. Ooh. Yeah. If there was a game that LRA Start needed to win, it was that game. I mean, a dominant 2 stock right there. Being able to, you know, keep your composure and be able to bring it back and take a game by 2 stocks after, you know, getting 3 stock yourself. I mean, that's definitely something you can't, you know, ignore. LRA Start keeping himself, you know, in check, being able to beat Apple Review and bringing the set to game number 3.
And now here we go. I mean, this is a Apple Reviewer and LRA Start, pretty good players in their own right. Not bad in terms of wins. In fact, very good recent run of form from LRA Start, having wins on people like Vivi, Fawn, and John Numbers, and that was at Waypoint Warriors just in itself last week. And gonna see if they can repeat that performance tomorrow. But we have our eyes on the here and now, and the here and now says it has a decent little start on, no pun intended, on Apple Reviewer, who hasn't been able to replicate quite the same success offensively as game number 1, is what I would say if that didn't just happen.
I mean, the consistency of Apple Reviewer, right? Hitting those up airs into that thrupper. It's crazy. He's taken 5, like more than 4 stocks with that combo, and it's just been doing so much to LRA start, doing numbers and getting him on the scoreboard pretty easily. He's up by a stock and getting a lot of extra credit right now. Gets hit by the dash attack, but he's probably going to be able to come back easily. Wow, that neutral beat that delays recovery. That's so smart from Apple Review. I don't think I'd ever think about that.
Gotta love that. And you have to have that killer app if you're a character, especially when you're going up against a force like Wolf O'Donnell, specifically his back air. You have to have something that damage that thing is going to wreak. You have to accept it. So what do? Those up air combos into the up B. If you're able to hit those confirms consistently, you're generally on easy street. And Apple Reviewer, maybe a few potholes in the road, but still driving along just fine.
Yeah, but unfortunately gonna go through an obstacle and lose that stock. LRA right now needs to bring it back. It's a lot of work, you know, being down by 100%. That is a deficit you never want to be in. But if anyone's able to do it, I think LRA Star has the ability to. Almost losing that stock right there, but very close.
Middle of the stage. But the fastball aerial is going to catch Wolf O'Donnell right in the eye patch. Didn't see it coming, and now it's going to be last stock.
Oh my god.
Or LRA stock. Oh.
Huge damage from both players, actually, just going back and forth. It's definitely been a scrap for both these players, but in my opinion, I feel like Apple Reviewer has just been winning all of these interactions, and he's looking for another throw. He's not going to connect it, though. That definitely would have been lights out for LRA Start, but LRA Start clinging onto his last stock with everything he has right now.
You know, it's playoff hockey season. I realize that, and these two are scrapping like it. We got 2 doubles out here in New Jersey, and LRA Start and Apple Reviewer, and LRA Start getting caught on the ledge. You need to be judicious because you know that recovery is good. That recovery has a hitbox, and it can affect you quite a bit. You're no stranger to that yourself. You're a wolf. You are going, however, neutralize that damage through the back air, which, as we said before, is so effective. You need to be perfect, and in a flash, that stock disappears. LRA Start stealing one in game number 3.
From start to finish, pun intended, honestly, from start to finish right there. It looked like
you earned it. Go.
He's on the ropes, right? Like, LRA Start is on the ropes, but he doesn't back down. He's not scared. And all it takes is one conversion, and LRA Start is back in it, but he wasn't back in it. He won that, and now he is up by 1 game, going to game 4. This is huge for LRA Start, who at first looked like he was gonna be out and about in just 2 seconds. No. He is back in this, and this is looking very, very promising for LRA Start.
For those of you watching the VOD, first of all, hello, hit the subscribe button. Second of all, go back and watch Apple Reviewer's reaction to that, because we caught it on the face cam. Just looks at LRA Start, gives the thumb up. I love that attitude. He appreciated it just as much as anyone. 68%, and you lost the stock. You just gotta hold that, Apple Reviewer, with a sign of appreciation. You love to see that in the competitive setting. And now it's gonna be Apple Reviewer who is going to have to fight back from the 2-1 deficit. Certainly we've seen bigger sweeps, but it is a matter of time before this wolf catches its prey. And as Apple Reviewer drifts towards the ledge, could be a false sense of security, and indeed, Apple Reviewer reveals it to be so. Got a little chancy with that wolf flash, and that's the thing, isn't it? Once you hit that jackpot, you want to feel that sensation again so badly. Sometimes you'll just have to settle for that up smash. You got to play the game just like everyone else, LRA Start.
Yeah, and LRA being able to scoop up Apple Reviewer like he was some ice cream with that up smash and taking the stock pretty easily. But if anyone is able to, take stocks very early, Apple Reviewer is no stranger to that. He's been doing that this entire set. Oh my god, and another wolf flash coming out, not gonna kill, but that's a lot of damage, as a very wise Phil Swift would have said.
Oh, goodness gracious. And it's not like Apple Reviewer. This is around the wheelhouse where you're kind of used to seeing them. Wins on Antimony and DM over this past week alone, but as we're continuing on with this set, Apple Reviewer, getting the damage piled onto him, but again, this is me Brawler at just about half rage, a little bit more damage. not going to be able
Ooh,
to
that
confirm into those
kills.
combos. However, LRA Start resolves that problem for him. And I don't think that's a trade that Apple Reviewer would have wanted, because now all of a sudden you're on last stock.
Oh,
Wait a second.
that's not gonna kill. Not enough percentage on him. And right now it is up to LRA to kind of keep himself at bay against Apple Review. You know, that neutral B is going to do so much damage if you're just able to kind of zone yourself away from Apple Review and kind of force him to, you know, approach and go for a bad option. That neutral B is going to take that stock, but 62% already dealt onto Apple Review. LRA Star is in a very nice lead right now. You still got to be precarious, because Apple Review, all it takes for both of these characters, honestly, all it takes is one interaction and it is game over for the stock.
Gonna have to do it with your fists. No other way around it, and you don't have the ranged option as well. So Apple Reviewer charging in, but is going to get caught. LRA Start with the dash attack to force him off of the ledge, looking for that smash to cover for coverage, but you gotta respect it. At the same time, Apple Reviewer has been able to respond to it time and time again throughout this set. Have to see one more could do the trick, but its last hit, Apple Reviewer up against the ropes.
I mean, honestly,
Be able to find that hit
there
at
you
LRA Start.
go.
Apple Reviewer. Well, Wolves eat apples too, so it seems. 3-1 is the final score as LRA Start, after a troubling start to that set, finds his way into winner's final. What an adjustment by the Wolf.
Not only that, but what a set to start off this top cut commentary from both of us. I mean, it was so back and forth. It's crazy how
We
how
did
well-
do a good job. You're right. I appreciate that.
No, and honestly, for props to both players. I mean, that was, if you're talking about immaculate gameplay, that was it. That was a prime example of what you'd love to expect from Tri-State. I mean, like I said, back and forth, both of these players are just dishing out so much damage. Apple Reviewer notoriously taking stock so early, but LRA Start saying, hey, if you can do it, I can do it better. And of course, getting that game number 3 in a very, very cheesy way, but hey man, we all love Gouda here. So LRA Start's gonna take that and take this set 3-1. GG's to both players.
That reaction at the end of game 3 is that just gives me life. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean, again, respect to both players. Their mutual respect, you'd love to see it. That is what you love to see from competition. This combo right there, oh, icing on the cake. It was so beautiful what LRA Start was able to do with what he had. I mean, it looked like he had nothing, I'm gonna be honest, but the fact that he was just able to get something off of nothing, that's what separates, you know, good players from, like, you know, pro players, or like very good players just in general. And LRA Start and Apple Reviewer are no stranger to being the best that Tri-State has to offer.
And the thing is, we were talking about some of the up-and-coming talent in Tri-State, like we're seeing at this particular tournament, where maybe a preview of the years to come for what's going to be coming out of here in the Smash capital of the world. But on every young team, you need to have that veteran presence.